to talk to you about our blended hexagonal boron nitride coating kit. For years I used moly coatings. Various people had moly coating kits on the market. I'm not sure how they extracted the molybdenum disulfide. Various ways to do that. Thing about moly went on gray, kind of dirty. Moly required a secondary coating of wax to properly protect it. Molybdenum disulfide has humidity issues. Boron nitride has zero humidity issues. Moly outgassed at 600 and some degrees. This stuff outgasses above 2,500 degrees. Coefficient of friction of boron nitride is lower than molybdenum disulfide, so it means it's actually slicker. Moly went on gray. This stuff goes on kind of a milky, opaque looking color. Okay? Doesn't come off on your hands. I'm a big proponent in having some sort of lubricant that allows the bullet to exit the case, traverse across the throat, which typically becomes a little rough, and get itself into the barrel, headed downrange. The thing that I absolutely see with boron nitride over moly-coated bullets and over bare bullets is that in the 90 percentile range, my first shot and first two shots, obviously from there on, first and second shot, as long as the next 5 or 10, depending how long you want to run the chronograph, leave the barrel in the same velocity range. So let's say that I shot a group of 5 or 7 or 10, and I had a standard deviation of something less than 10. That means that basically the high and the low shot velocity in that dozen or so shots was not more than, say, 25 feet a second. Well, where I'm going with that is I don't see that with bare bullets with any degree of consistency, and I never saw that with moly-coated bullets. The first shot out of a moly-coated barrel would typically go low. Not on why, might have sat there for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and it seemed to be more of an issue. There was more humidity in the air. Humidity doesn't have any effect, as I said, on this. So what I'm saying with all this is the fact that if you coat with this boron nitride formula that's proprietary here, this is not, you just can't go buy this off the shelf. You can buy boron nitride in various grades, okay? But I've been working at this for about 10 years, so I have a little bit of an understanding of what I think this needs to do. The key is, what I'm saying is the first shot goes into the group. So what I'm telling you is your cold bore shots out of a cold or hot, dirty barrel are going to go into the group. And for a competitive high power shooter like myself, where I get 2 siders or you don't get any siders, it's like getting an extra half a sider, because I know now I don't have to watch my elevation because it's going to shoot low or it's going to shoot high because it's the first shot out of a cold barrel. It shoots in the same level plane. That's absolutely huge. The kit consists of obviously detailed instructions, and if you're doing 50 grain bullets, this kit will do about 10,000. If you're doing 300 grain bullets, it'll do about 3,000. Follow the instructions, okay? Anyway, instructions come with it. I've got a little tube. We picked white. We tried blacks and whites. Basically, this is what you put your bullets in. Fill it about 2/3 full, and then maybe take a little bit of duct tape and put it around the top. You can run more than one of these in your vibratory tumbler. The issue here, though, is if you run more than one, then the action that's imparted by the vibratory tumbler is lessened because you're putting more weight in the system. So for best results, I would recommend that you use one container at a time in a vibratory tumbler. Also comes with our proprietary blended boron nitride. You have a little look here. As I said before, I worked with this for about 10 years before I came up with what I thought was the best formula. You get a measuring spoon, very easy to run. You just fill it up, scoop it off the top. Of course, the first time that you use this, we suggest that you coat this with put 2 of these in so that we get the interior of the jar seasoned. Basically 2, you just scrape it off even with the top. It's very easy to measure that, you know, that's what you want. And fill it 2/3 worth of bullets, screw the cap on top, let it run, you know, I'd let it run them a minimum of 30 minutes to an hour in a decent sized vibratory tumbler. Take them out, pour them on a towel, kind of move them around a little bit, removes any excess boron nitride, and you're ready to go. And this literally can be used to do, we've done thousands of bullets in one. You don't need a secondary coating of wax on boron nitride. The beauty of the hexagonal boron nitride, in my opinion, is the fact that I now have no more cold bore shots. I'm a firm believer in it, having used it. I shot it in Ohio this year. I've shot it the last several years. I used this boron nitride coating system to win the 2011 National Long Range Championship. Shot a new national record, won the Wimbledon Cup. And my first sighter shot, based off all my density altitude calculations and my input, required no other vertical change in order to center on the target. That means I didn't have a low shot or a high shot on my first sighter, basically. It's a big deal for me. And it should be a big deal for you. Whether you're a hunter, get one shot, they talk about cold bore. Shoot, you know, if you're some sort of a tactical marksman, first shot is hugely important. So, anyway, this gives you a bit of an advantage. Good product.